Can you imagine having to leave your home in the middle of the night with your children, leave your clothes behind, your furniture, your cars, your money, your bank accounts?
It's a story of a family who suffered great persecution and genocide in the country of Azerbaijan.
And so they moved to Volgograd, Russia, where they are bullied and threatened.
How do those individuals survive that? When you don't have a home, you're not welcome anywhere.
I want audiences to put themselves in their shoes. What would our lives be like if that had happened to us?
My name is Petrosyan. This is my husband, Ivan Petrosyan, and this is my daughter, Julia Petrosyan Eliasson. The story of our life, I never thought that it would become a movie. The feeling that we had when we first left home in Azerbaijan, in Baku, is very difficult to describe, but mostly it's probably fear.
They ended up in Volgograd, Russia, and we were ministering at a church at the time, so they became a part of the church. I thought, oh my goodness, this story needs to be told.
I realized that even though this film is set 30, 35 years ago, that it's a story for today. There was a lot of fear and there was a lot of adversity that they had to get through just to survive.
We were bullied for being Armenians, and we would hear it every day from children and from the adults.
That sort of internal strength of really ignoring the hate and focusing on what matters, which is your family, is so important and so inspiring.
You know, the strength of the family is our connection to each other and taking care of each other.
I think that is something that reaches across borders, it reaches across cultures, and affects each of us because we're all part of a family.
After almost 1 year, hoping that the unrest will stop and the freedom will come, waiting for that moment that never happened. I just prayed days and nights, please God, can you just give me a heart full of love so I don't see any more anger, hate, humiliation.
The role of faith in this film and the story is very interesting. They never really thought of religion as a part of their lives.
I felt like this church was a place for us to be. It was a place filled with love and acceptance.
They fell in love with these people and decided, hey, you know, if this faith has been transformative for you, maybe it could be for me as well. This story is not only a story about the adversity that the Petrosyans overcame, but it's a story of all the people along the way that helped them and the people that showed compassion to them along the way.
The Armenian plight has not been very discussed, I think, and talked about openly.
The word refugee, that means you are deprived of everything that belonged to you in the past. That means you have to start doing all over again.
This is a story that could be told now because we find ourselves in a time in the world where there are intense wars and conflicts happening all over the world.
I'm so grateful that this movie is coming to an existence and is telling our life story, which probably mirrors thousands of other life stories, and we're happy to be in all of it as a tool to bring that message of hope and love.
There are people that are living under some pretty difficult situations that deserve a second chance.
Not only is it a film of survival and triumph and adversity against all odds, but it's a film about compassion for others who are going through something different than you are.
I hope when audiences see this film, it helps humanize displaced people, and I hope the audience can find themselves in one of us and realize that all those thousands and millions of people who are driven out of their homes are people just like you and I.